Hey everyone, DIY Simple Living here. So what we have here is a last minute fall craft here, harvest craft. I have my ribbon here. You've seen the ornaments back in the back there. There's the leaves, and then the I don't know if that's an apple or a pumpkin in the background. Then we have these paper, this craft paper I got from Joann's. Got one with the pumpkins and then the wood grain. So we're going to start off with this pumpkin ornament here. I'm going to use 4 of them. I'm going to trace on the pumpkin craft paper. Do 4 of these. And then with this wood grain here, we're going to do these 3 of these leaves here on this wood grain paper here. How is everyone doing? Everyone getting ready for Thanksgiving or Christmas? I know I am, slowly. I'm just going to trace these out here, and then we're going to cut them out. I didn't think you'd want to see all of them, so I just did 1 of each. Again, doesn't have to be perfection. I kind of just rough cut it here, made it a little bit larger on the outside. That way I can go in and be a little bit more defined later on here. As you can see here, just going to take my regular old scissors, nothing fancy. Cut the pumpkin out. We're going to use some Mod Podge to adhere that. I also have the Beacon multi-spray. Just showed that there. You could use that if you want. I went ahead and went with the Mod Podge. I like working a little bit better with that. I don't get any runoffs or bumps or anything like that with the Mod Podge, so I like working with that a little better. And I'm just using just a regular old brush here, just adhering it to the leaves and then the pumpkin. And I'm taking the wood and placing it down on that paper, smoothing it out just a little bit. Then I'm going to take some more Mod Podge on the top here just to seal it in a little more. Make sure it's adhered to the wooden surface there pretty good. Then I'm going to take my sanding stone here. It's all from the Dollar Tree. Just going to go around the edges and sand all that down and get the extra off of there. As you can see here, it's easy. It just kind of comes right off. I also have another technique I'll show you in here to get into the finer details. So I'm going to take some Mod Podge and just seal those edges down so they don't come up. This was a little bit tedious, but I enjoyed it. I liked working with the different ornaments and the wood pieces. Here's where I was talking about to get in those finer areas there. Please be careful with this. Don't let any children or anything do, work with the lighter or anything like that. Adult supervision. Again, I don't recommend any children working with any of that. I did all this myself. So I just used that lighter to go in there and just get into those edges. And as you can see, I come in with the scissors just to get a little bit more definition in there to get that paper off the edges there. And I come in with a file again, just to get in. I did this more with the leaves because they have more of the shapes at the edges, and it's not perfectly rounded like the pumpkins are. That's what I'm getting at. As you can see. Plus I like the look of how it, how the grain looks with the burn of the fire there. And I think it just gave it a little bit more definition and more of a vintage country look. Again, please be careful with this. I mean, because it can get hot. You want to be safe. I'm just going to take the file here and go around the edges. Obviously, it's easier to use that file to get into those edges. That's why I chose to use that. You don't have to use that. It was easier for me to do that. So I'm going to take my wooden letters here. I'm going to open up the package here, as you can see. And I just put out a piece of just packing tape and put my letters on there. It was easier to do that as opposed to just laying them out and trying to put what I'm going to put over it here. You can see here in a minute what I mean. I think you see what I'm spelling out there. I don't have the other one laid down, but I'll show you that in a second. So this is the ribbon I'm working with. And I'm going around and I'm showing you, I'm cutting out each golden leaf there. This is all from, you can get this from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Trees usually have this. I've had it for a couple years in my stash, but Dollar Tree usually carries all this around fall harvest. You might even be able to catch it now as well. So I'm just cutting off that little extra piece I'm not going to use and set it to the side. And I'm just going to rough cut around the edge there. And I'm going to do that with every letter except for the V. I'm not going to do it to the V. I'm going to do it to the H, the A, the R, the E, the S, and the T. I'm going to do something different with the V. So again, we're going to come around and just take our scissors and just rough cut around that golden leaf. I'm just trying to place it to see kind of where I want it. And then again, I show you the two different adhesives that you can go with. I, again, went with the Mod Podge. And I'm going to adhere that Mod Podge to, I'm doing the letter T right now. And then I'm going to come in and place that golden leaf ribbon on top of that letter. So it adheres. You're going to take the brush and what I had left on the brush from the Mod Podge. I just put some more Mod Podge on top and place it down. Then I'm doing it in sections here against the next letter. So I do the bottom and then I come in and do the top. And then of course, once it's layered down, I'll completely come back and do the top of the whole letter there. So it adheres. And then once we get all the letters here, again, not the V. So we're going to go through and do all that and of course let it dry. I come in with the heat gun and dry it up here. And then I'm going to cut that excess packing tape off at the end there. I'm going to use that. I'm going to set it off to the side. And then we're going to bring in that wooden letter V here. And I'm going to place that on that piece that I just cut off. And then I'm going to bring in my orange glitter. I'm just trying to make it better placement here. I'm going to put some Mod Podge on top of there. I took it off and then put Mod Podge on top, and then I'm going to place it back down. It was just easier for me to do that. You don't have to pull it off. You can do the Mod Podge on there. I just figured it was easier for me. I didn't want to get the Mod Podge on the tape, but you can. You don't have to take it off up there. It's just what I chose to do. And then I'm just going to take that orange glitter and go over the top of that V where that Mod Podge was placed. As you can see. Then I'm going to come back. So again, these were finished drying here. Even though I took the heat gun, I let them dry a little bit longer just to be on the safe side. Because I'm going to come in, as you see here, and I'm going to cut that excess ribbon off around each of those letters. Yeah, see, it does look a little tedious, but I just put a show on that I liked, or some music, and just enjoyed doing the craft. Again, I'm not looking for perfection. It's just something fun for my home that I was doing. Something different again. Sorry, my voice is a little dry. My throat, I drank some water, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, excuse me, I had to get a drink of water. So what I'm doing here is coming around the edges here with this letter T and just getting off that excess ribbon there. Again, it's not, it's not going to look perfect right off the beginning there, because as you can see here, there's still a little bit of ribbon there. I'd come in with some Mod Podge to adhere the edges that I just, the edges I cut off. I'm just adhering that. And then I'm going to come in with the utility blade. And I couldn't find my my Dollar Tree carving mat, so I just used just a piece of cardboard. I placed down a piece of cardboard, as you can see here in a second. I'm just pulling off another letter here. That's the S, as you can see here. And some of the letters are going to be a little bit easier to work with, just as, like before. An S is pretty smooth going around the edging there. It's not going to be as tedious as as an E or a T or... But again, I just put some music on or a show. The outcome, I believe, was worth it, as I'll show you here in a little bit. So here's the S. I just used that utility blade to go around. And there's the E here. Just trying to show you a little bit more in detail. See, there's the cardboard I used. I just placed on my cardboard, a piece of cardboard. It's what I had on hand. And it works. It worked for me. I'm always using the motto, use what you got, use what you have. And I'm just going around here and just getting those frayed edges off from that ribbon. As you can see, there's the E. Doesn't look too bad, huh? Tell me what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you have done something different? Do you think this is a little too much? So I just come in with some Mod Podge here on the top after I finished all the letters. Just again, sealing everything in, because there was, as you can see, I used that utility blade at the end there. And the scissors, just getting those edges off. So I come in with some Mod Podge just to seal everything back down. And then using my heat gun here to dry everything up. Making sure it's good and dry. And those two there kind of got stuck there a little bit. I had to separate them. So we're going to finish drying here. And then those... I'm just going to use a toothpick to see the hole there. I'm just going to run that right through there, being careful, of course, not run it right through, but carefully pushing it through. And then I'm going to pull it out the other side, safely and gently there, not to ruin or puncture anything else around the edging there, because there's the paper there on there. See, I think that turned out pretty good. There's a nice little hole there, so I'm going to do that to all of those. I'm going to show you what it looks like on this leaf here as well. Again, easy. And I do run it that way, and then I also run it the other way because sometimes you can see the paper. So I run it both ways. That way you can't see that paper coming through there. I mean, you're not going to see it in the end anyways, but is what you're going to put through there, what I'm doing here. So I'm going to take the letters and I'm going to alternate. You remember I did 4 of the pumpkins and then 3 of the leaves. So I'm going to put those letters on each of those, alternating. So I'm going to put the H on the pumpkin. I'm going to use hot glue. I didn't measure. I just tried to eyeball it and just find my center. Again, just something fun. Just for my home, just something fun for the house. And see? Just moving it about just a little bit to center it off. And there we have our H. See? I think it's pretty. What do you think? So there's the H again, and then we're going to do the A on that leaf, and then we'll do the R on the pumpkin, and then we're going to alternate until it's completely all the way spelled out. I'm sure you figured it out. It's harvest, the word harvest. And again, just eyeballing it to place it in the center there. I think I'm just trying to get, I see what I told you about. I took the toothpick and pulled it through the other way. That way the paper is even. So we're going to take some jute twine here. I just going to run it through after I finish placing all the letters down to spell out the word harvest. So I'm going to take the jute and run it through each of the letters. Again, I didn't measure anything here. I just kind of eyeballed everything. And I did that with each one, stringing it out. I'm sure you could see what I'm just doing, a little garland, that's all. And I didn't tie any of this down that I'm doing because I wanted to be able to move it. See how I can move it back and forth there. I didn't tie any of that down. And then I place all of that across, put all of that on there. And then I'm going to take some of this ribbon, again, from the Dollar Tree. And then, so we have the orange, and then we have the burlap, original burlap color. So I measure this out from my fingertip to like the middle of my forearm here, as you can see. You don't have to do it that way. You can make it however long you want. That's just what I went with, the length I went with. And I believe there is 8. I did 8, I believe, of each of those. So I used the orange and gold burlap color of ribbon, and then I used the burlap original color with the gold, as you can see here, the outside of it. I'm just measuring up the pieces and cutting them. Again, I wasn't looking for perfection. I do have a couple other things laying out. Like there is some raffia there, some orange raffia, however you want to say it, that I do end up coming back in and using, that you will see. And I did double up on the raffia. I did use 2 each time I intertwined it. So how I tied this here, again, it's not tied, but it's kind of looped the way I show you here. I kind of see again how it moves. Everything moves. I didn't, it's not completely in place, I guess is what I'm saying. So I just kind of looped it and then pulled the ends through there. And kind of moved it or tightened it to my liking, to where I didn't completely make it. It's not completely tied all the way down, I guess is what I'm saying. It's tight enough to where it's on there and it's still movable, and then I come in and adjust the ribbon how I want it on the jute cord twine. And that's kind of what it looks like in between. So in between the original burlap color there and then the orange is where I come in and place the 2 pieces together of the raffia. And I don't think I show a clip of that, I'm sorry, but you will see it in the end result here. And that's what I was showing you at the end, all the way at the end that I do there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. It's all free. It really helps my channel. So let me know what you think, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you later. By the way, here is a little clip of the outcome of what it looks like of it hanging up. Let me know what you think again. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. See ya.